Assalamu alaikum. Today we will start exercise 4.1s from chapter number 4 of IGCSE Extended Mathematics that is recommended by AQA examinations. Our topic is representing data. Before moving to the questions, first we need to talk that why do we represent data in graphs? So when we represent the information in the form of graphs like bar graphs or histograms or pie charts, it becomes easy to understand, and we can easily compare the data. Also, we can observe the trends, that is it increasing or decreasing. We can also like easily remember the visuals, and also it saves the time. We can quickly understand it. So if we conclude it, so graphs make data simple, clear, and easy to analyze. There are different types of graphs like bar graph, histogram, frequency table, pie charts. This is a line graph, and also there are some other techniques like stem and leaf plot, line plot, and box and whisker plot. Now we will proceed to the questions. In question number 1, it says a group of 40 students study either French or Spanish. There are 17 boys in the group with 15 girls and 10 boys studying French. How many girls study Spanish? So first of all, we need to know that how many total girls are. So as we know that there are total 17 boys. So the girls will be 40 minus 17, and that will be 23. So out of 23 girls, there are 15 girls who study French. So we need to subtract 15 to get the number of girls who study Spanish. So the girls who study Spanish is equal to 23 minus 15, and that will be 8. So there are 8 girls who study Spanish. Let's proceed to next question. In question number 2, it says in a traffic survey, the color and speed of 100 cars are recorded. The results are summarized in a two-way table where we can see the red cars which are not speeding and the red cars which are over speeding. And similarly, not red, having not red color and not speeding, and also having not red color and but over speeding. So Maria claims that drivers of red cars tend to break speed limits. Use the two-way table to decide whether you agree with Maria. So first we need to figure out the percentage, that what percent of the red cars are breaking the speed limit. So in total there are 60 cars out of 55 cars. So 55 60th cars are breaking the speed limit. So let's convert into percentage. Basically, these are the red cars which are breaking the speed limit. So I'm representing the red cars in percentage, and that would be 91.67%. Now let's find the percentage of those cars which are not red but breaking the speed limit. So not red cars, in fraction we can write 30 out of 40 cars which are not red but breaking the speed limit, and we can times it with 100 to convert into percentage, and that will be 75%. So look that the percentage of red cars which are breaking the speed limit is more than the percentage of not red cars breaking the speed limit. So that's why we agree with Maria. Now let's proceed to next question. In question number 3, it says the number of bank holidays in different countries is shown in the table. Draw a bar chart to show this information. So we need to see that there are different countries given over here, and the bank holidays are also mentioned. We have to draw the bar graph. So for the bar graph, we need to understand some technical things, that in a bar graph, there are some important things that we need to mention. Like here, if you see that there are countries mentioned, and also the x-axis is labeled with country, means there are countries on the x-axis, and on the y-axis there is a label of number of bank holidays. So means y-axis represent the number of bank holidays. And also the bar graph will be given a title, means the number of bank holidays. And also we need to observe here that I represented the numbers from 0 to 18 because the maximum number of holidays were 16. So the interval of the values should be reasonable. Like I have taken the interval as 2, means the step size is 2, and from 0 to 2, and then 4, then 6, then 8. Now let's draw the bars. In UK, there are 8 holidays in the bank, so we will represent with a bar. And in Italy, there are 16 bank holidays. In Iceland, there are 15, and in Spain, there are 14 bank holidays. So in the bars, we can observe that the width of the bar is same for all the bars. These bars have same width, and also there is the same spacing between all bars. So these were the technical things that we need to understand when we will be drawing the graph. Whenever we will draw the graph, we need to mention the x and y labels, means we need to label the x-axis and y-axis, and there must be reasonable spacing. And also the spacing between the bars and the width of the bars should be equal. Now let's proceed to next question. In question number 4, it says the cost to fly to certain resorts is given in the frequency table. Draw a bar chart to show this information. Again, we need to show this information in the bar graph. So first of all, in the bar graph, we need to decide the spacing or step size. So here the maximum value was 110. So the step size is 20 in my graph, and the maximum value that I have shown is 120. So this is the reasonable graph that I can fit in this space. I have also mentioned the labels, means x-axis and y-axis. X-axis is labeled with resorts, means the names of the resorts, and the y-axis is labeled with a cost for each resort. And the title is also given over here, that cost to fly in certain resorts. So in the first resort where the cost is $90, so this is how we can represent with the bars on the bar graph. Again, we can observe that the spacing between the bars is same and the width of each bar is also same. So this is how we can draw the bar graph. Now let's proceed to next question. In question number 5, it says 7 boys and 5 girls attend an after-school homework club. So in A part, calculate the angle one student represents in a pie chart. So there are total 7 plus 5 students. So we can write total students equals 7 plus 5 means 12 students. We know that in pie chart, there is a total angle of 360 degrees. So let's find the angle that one student represents in a pie chart. So if 12 students represent 360 degrees, let's see that what angle is being represented by one student by dividing both sides by 12. So we will get 360 divided by 12, and that will be 30 degrees. It means the one student represents 30 degrees over here. Now we need to calculate the angles to represent the boys and the girls. So if one student is being represented by 30 degrees, so we can represent the boys in degrees by multiplying 7 with 30. As one student is being represented by 30 degrees, so 7 students will be represented by 210 degrees. Similarly, we can also calculate the degrees for girls. So the girls in degrees will be equal to 5 times 30, and that would be 150 degrees. Now we have to draw the pie chart to show this information. So let's observe the video over here. So first of all, we will draw a straight line, and then we will draw a circle. So this is how we can draw a circle, and then we will make, or we will or we will draw the angle of 150 degrees to represent the girls. So this is how we can draw the angle 150 degrees, which is for girls, and the remaining angle will be for the boys, means 210 degrees. So to make it more clear, we can erase this extra line. Now let's proceed to next question. In question number 6, it says the weather record for 60 days is shown in the frequency table. This gives the predominant weather for that particular day. And the weather is actually recorded for 60 days. So there are 15 days which were sunny, and there were 18 days which were cloudy, and similarly up to so on. The information is given here. In A part, they want us to calculate the angle that one day represents in a pie chart. So for that purpose, we can write the ratio of the days and degrees. We know that there are total 60 days that we can represent in 360 degrees pie chart. So by using this ratio, we can easily find the degrees which will represent one day. So if we divide both sides by 60, we will get one day over here, and that can be represented with 6 degrees. So now we can easily do the B part, where we have to find the angle for each category. So if we multiply 15 times 6, we will get the angle for sunny days, and that will be 190 degrees. Similarly, if we multiply 18 times 6, that will be 108 degrees. As we know that one day is being represented with 6 degrees, so 18 days can be represented in degrees by multiplying with 6. So similarly, we'll multiply 14 days with 6 to get the degrees, and that will be 84 degrees. And if we multiply 3 times 6, we will get 18 degrees. And if we times 10 and 6, that will be 60 degrees. So now we have to represent this information in pie chart. So let's see the video. So first of all, I have drawn a circle, and I will also draw the reference line. Now I will draw an angle of 108 degrees, that is the biggest angle, like this. I will join the center to the boundary of the circle to represent the sector which represents cloudy. Similarly, I have to draw more sectors to represent the remaining information. Now I will draw an angle of 90 degrees by using the protractor. So this 90 degrees will represent sunny days. And then we will draw an angle of 84 degrees, which will represent rainy days. Now we need to represent the other angles as well. So this is for snowy days. Sorry, this is for windy. And the remaining is for snowy days, means 18 degrees. Now we will proceed to next question. In question number 7, it says a school open day runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. A teacher has offered to help. She spends these times in each class. means 30 minutes and then 25 minutes and up to so on. We have to draw a pie chart to show this information. So again, first we need to get the angle that can represent 30 minutes. So we know that in total, these are 360 minutes. So the fraction for the 30 minutes will be 30 over 360. And we can times it with 360 degrees to get the angle. So that should be 30 degrees. And similarly, we can easily make the fractions, and we will multiply each fraction with 360 degrees to get the angle. So this should be 25 degrees, and then 35 degrees, and this should be 80 degrees, then 70 degrees, then 60 degrees, and then again 60 degrees. So we can easily draw the angles in a circle to represent this information in a pie chart. So let's see the pie chart. So this is how we can represent information in pie chart in degrees. By the way, we have to mention the circles on each number because it is in degrees. Now let's proceed to next question. In question number 8, it says in 1 week, a car dealer sells 18 cars of 3 different types, diesel, petrol, and electric. And we are given the angles for each type of the car in degrees. And in A part, it says to calculate the angle that represents one car. So we need to write the ratio of the cars in degrees. We know that there are total 18 cars, and these are represented in 360 degrees in total. So one car can be represented by 20 degrees in a pie chart. In B part, they want us to calculate the number sold that are diesel, petrol, and electric. So we know that for diesel, there are total 114 degrees represented over here. We know the ratio of the cars and degrees, that is 1 over 20, and we have to find the number of cars if the degrees are 140. So we can easily get the diesel. Let's represent the diesel cars with X. So let's cross multiply. So this would be 140 divided by 20 equals X. And then X will be 7 over here. Means there were total 7 diesel cars were sold. Similarly for petrol, we can again use the same ratio, and we can represent the petrol cars with Y, and in degrees, the petrol cars are being represented by 200 degrees. So we can cross multiply, that will be 200 divided by 20. So in total, there were 10 petrol cars which were sold. And now for electric, we already know that 20 degrees represent one car. So we can directly write that there was one car that was sold out of 18. Thank you.